Checking. Hang on. Alright. Hello everyone, this is Hammer of the Super Paladin Bros. Back with another episode. Last time we started the Gamma Quadrant story arc. Now we're continuing. Ugh. Hang on.
Starfleet Command has commissioned another historical tactical simulation, and they'd like you to evaluate it as soon as possible. Ja'ula and her agents were a force to be reckoned with during the war, and were a direct influence on a number of...
Alright. Let's go see what's going on in the DOSI system. I'm probably going to be skipping some of the dialogue. Hope you guys don't mind. I don't know why I'm streaming again today. Hey, I just want to get this story arc done. If I don't really say much, I'm sorry.
Thank you for joining us. As you can see, we can't even defend our stations from Hur'q attacks. It's going to take a joint Alliance and Dominion effort to stop them. We are currently at the edge of the DOSI system. Thankfully, the Hur'q aren't attacking the DOSI.
All ships, target the Hur'q and fire at will.
Victory is life!
I can see you're a handy person to have around. And while I'd like to put this system far behind us, I believe we should find out what we can about the Hur'q and their reasons for being here. While we still can, of course. The Hur'q may decide. This planet appears to have been abandoned some time ago. No life signs detected. Sensors indicate an extensive network of defunct mines. I'm reading residual levels of dilithium, topaline, chemosite, and several components used in the production of Ketracel White. How curious. Of what use would this world be to the Hur'q? It's clearly of no value to the Dominion. Wait. I'm reading more.
They're going for the station.
Great.
What are they after? We should scan the station once we're done with these Hur'q. The station is a basic resource transport hub, not exceptionally old. No life signs on sensors. It looks abandoned. I'm picking up trace levels of mineral resources in several storage areas, but there's nothing of note here. Unless the Hur'q are driven solely to consume an assortment of minerals. This is a very don't go to warp just yet. We're picking up a distress signal over here. You should take a look. Looks like it's a Ferengi signal of uncertain origin coming from the Karema system. I seem to recall Quark mentioning some business with the Karemans recently. This can't be a coincidence. We should look into this. Quark might have bitten off more than he can chew.
Is that really a good use of our time? The Karemans are very resourceful. They design a considerable number of weapons and defense systems for the Dominion.
I must say, Ambassador, I'm shocked. I know Quark's a gambler, but I never realized you were as well. Karema is a part of the Dominion, and an important one at that.
Very well. Since I can see there's no talking you out of this, I'll accompany you to Karema. We're ready to go warp when you are. Let's get...
Okay, more intrigue.
Where did all these ships come from?
And here we are, the Karema system. Let's find out what Quark needs, deal with it, and move on.
Far be it for me to question the word of a founder, but that is a very large Dominion fleet I'm reading on sensors. I only mention it because we were led to believe Odo's fleet was the last. I trust there's a reasonable explanation for this.
Your presence is not required here. Explain yourself. As are we. Karema is part of the Dominion. We are here to assist them, if they wish it. Odo commands an expeditionary fleet. It is his to use in a mission to seek and destroy the Hur'q as he sees fit. My fleet is a defense fleet. It seems the distinction was not made clear to you. How unfortunate.
I will take responsibility for their actions in Kareman space. One of our operatives requires immediate
You're quite persistent, aren't you? Very well. In the spirit of our newfound pact with the Alliance, I will allow you to proceed, albeit at your own risk. Exercise caution, Odo.
It seems we're not getting the whole story here.
Of course.
So, business as usual.
Exactly, Captain.
Always gotta look at every reply in a mirror. The towers. Something's going on.
My sensors are showing a broad band of interference in the area. It's jamming the standard Karemin hailing frequencies. Might I suggest giving them a new, more secure frequency to use?
Hello? Can you hear me? We need help, and fast! Most of our planetary defense lines are in danger of being overrun by the Hur'q. We tried to evacuate, but the Jem'Hadar fleet opened fire on our ships when they broke orbit. We're trapped!
Combat is notoriously chaotic. I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation.
I wonder. Ah, yes. We should try to find Quark soon. It's quite...
Something's going on.
Finally. I was beginning to wonder if anyone would come. It took you long enough. Is Garrick with you? Tell him. I found the package, so he better get here fast if he wants it in one piece. Running out of time here!
We need to get Quark out quickly, before he has an encounter with the Hur'q of the fatal variety. Let's go down together while Captain Kira and the Ambassador cover our ships in orbit. We'll have to beam down outside of Quark's location. I suggest...
Okay, what's going on?
We're about as close to Quark's last known location as we can get with transporters. I'm afraid Quark's life sign is near here. Let's try to find a way in. How convenient! We've found a hidden path. Let's have a look. Interesting. The metal in the walls here completely scatters my sensors. Ah, more Hur'q. It seems we're in the right place.
Soapec lightning definitely comes in handy against these things.
My tricorder shows a Ferengi life sign beyond that rather secure door. Unfortunately, the Karemin security system is beyond me. Given time, I could crack it.
Alright, let's go find somebody to help. Where's the Orkin man when you need him?
That was it. I was gonna get eaten by one of those things. Can't say I like that idea much, so, thanks, whoever you are. You're not police or military. Kremen. Oh, him. Think I saw my brother and some of his men hustle the little grifter into a vault before those monsters got in here. Good luck getting him out of there. Wait, that was rude. You just saved my life. Let me return the favor.
Okay, gotta find somebody, one of her brother's people to unlock the door.
Perhaps waiting here would be best. The outer world is still a mess. Thanks for the timely rescue. I, don't suppose you'd be willing to turn a blind eye to all the contraband? Kidding. I was kidding. You know, humor. Do they have that on your planet? Anyway, you're, clearly not... Oh, Quark, yeah, I know him. Little guy, big ears, flashy dresser. I hear he owns a moon. And we locked him up in a secure room when the shooting started. Big spender like that should be kept safe. Tell you what, help us out with all these Hur'qs, Gurks, and whatever you call them.
Okay, gotta find somebody to unlock the vault.
The other Dominion ships just left the system. We're on our own.
All right, I'll wait for you here. Try not to die, okay?
Ha ha ha, very funny.
Am I glad to see you? Thought for sure we'd be safe from those things down here. Caves do a number on sensors and transporters, but that didn't slow them down much. Filthy creatures. If you don't mind my asking, that'd be Quark then, Only Ferengi around here that I know of, anyway. He's in a secure vault not far from here, with another VIP. Look, I owe you my life, but I don't have the code to get to Quark. There are others nearby.
Yeah. Who has the code?
The door's right there. I'll stay here while you save everyone.
And here we all are, alive and kicking. Wonderful. We had a deal, and I'm not about to back out on it. Yeah, that can't be good.
Okay. One thing about Quark, he's a good screamer. Nothing like, say, Courage the Cowardly Dog.
It's good to see you too, Quark. I see your mission was a successful one as well.
Yes, Garrick, I found your mysterious widget. What is it exactly? It's not Kremen tech. They found it a few days before I got here. I haven't had a lot of time to analyze it, thanks to the Hur'q.
I see. Thank you, Quark. This narrows things down considerably.
It does. Good. That makes it more valuable.
Indeed it does, my friend. Indeed it does.
Okay, something's going on.
Not the liberators I was expecting, but thank you nonetheless. I'm First Minister Bakelba. Our situation has gone from those of us on the edge of the Dominion were abandoned when the invasion began. In light of that, we voted to secede, to truly stand alone. The Dominion stood by while the Hur'q attacked us. We held off the invasion for a while, but their numbers are great. When we asked for aid, the Dominion refused. When we tried to evacuate, their fleet...
Okay, something is not adding up.
Well, First Minister, it looks like my distress call was heard. We're saved. And as for you, Garrick, you and I need to have a long discussion. Seems you forgot to mention that Karema was under a Dominion blockade, and in the middle of a Hur'q in...
Okay, something is not computing.
It would appear that the Hur'q burrowed this way to bypass the doors above. And unlike most burrowing
Sounds
creatures...
like a Horta.
The Hur'q are leaving. For now.
Good luck with the revolution, Minister. You'll need it. You'll be hearing from me soon, Garrick.
I'm looking forward to it.
You won't when you see my bill.
Of course.
And now that we're past that unpleasantness, I think it's time we had a chat with Ambassador Odo, particularly about this technological wonder. Excellent. I'll make all of the necessary arrangements and meet you aboard.
What
I'm
is
gonna
this?
skip past this part. Long story short, Odo tricked the Alliance into helping fight the Hur'q. And Kira is pissed off because he endangered Bajor in a desperate gambit. And he got knocked on his ass by her.
I need you to understand that Bajor was never at risk. We took precautions. I made sure that my fleet... Karema was not my decision. Do you honestly think I'd take part in a plot to bring allies to our side, and then move to wipe out another group of allies? As I said to Garruk, there is more to this than we know. I'm going to find out what and why. I hope you're inclined to join me when the time comes.
Okay.
It is not my place to question the will of the Founders. Your mind, however, is your own. Do with it as you will, but be warned. The Founders do not appreciate betrayal. If the Alliance withdraws from their pact with the Dominion, the consequences could be severe.
Okay, something is going... This is starting to make sense.
I'm surprised to see you here, Weyoun. Aren't you usually at your founder's side, hanging on her every word?
It is a message from said founder that brings me here now. She would remind you of your purpose, to serve the Dominion as a whole.
How kind of you to deliver the message in person. Thank you for your service. As for my service, the Ambassador shares his wisdom and guidance with me. Truly, he is a most benevolent god. Why should I not serve him?
Serve the Founders, yes, but also serve them well. Do recall the fate of your predecessor. She thought she served the Founder.
The same could be said for your predecessor as well, dear Weyoun. Have you forgotten his sins?
This is a private conversation. Unless you're here on a matter of the utmost importance, I suggest you find someone else.
Okay, that was a lover spat.
Quite the revelation, don't you think? It will be interesting to see how the powers that be respond to all this. For now, I think it's best to keep this in the purview of the diplomats. Let's return to our ships. There'll be more time to speak about this matter later.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, but long story short, Kira's pissed, and Odo's got a lot to answer for.
Visits to the Dominion are always so enlightening, don't you think? I suspect we've just begun to discover what the Founders are playing at here, and that concerns me greatly. After today, the wrath of Captain Kira may be the least of Odo's concerns. I do feel we need to continue working with him, however. It may be the only way we learn the true intentions of the Dominion. With that in mind, I'll contact you when we're ready to move forward with his plan.
Okay, interesting revelations.
Be seeing you. Odo's found something intriguing in the Masan system. Something the Founders want no one to know about, even one of their own. That certainly piques my curiosity. I'll meet you in the Masan system. Odo wants to travel incognito this time. I trust you'll be able to deliver him and that surly Jem Hadar bodyguard of his to the Masan system intact. One more thing. I've taken the liberty of informing Captain Kira, and she'll be joining us as well. After the Karema incident, she's taken a personal interest in high-level Dominion activity, particularly where Ambassador Odo is involved.
Well, considering they're lovers.
Be seeing you.
Alright, we gotta travel to ancient Dominion system. Some interesting intrigue going on. I need to rejiggle my way team. Ooh. Hold on. I always gotta spend a lot of time. A lot of time emptying out your inventory because you're gonna got a lot of stuff. Thing you're gonna do a lot of is emptying your inventory. Especially crap you don't need. Alright.
I only recently learned of the station here. It's very old and very well concealed, even from Vorta and Jem'Hadar. From what I can tell, the Founders studied alien life here, including the Hur'q. We may be able to recover useful tactical data on them from the station's computers. No, and that concerns me. This is supposed to be an abandoned facility. So far so good. They're not targeting us.
Entering the Dominion systems without authorization has become a bad habit of yours, one I have grown weary of. You've shown a singular talent for annihilating the Hur'q. I suggest you return to that, before my patience with your insolence...
There's no need for this posturing, Founder. We're here on official business under...
Odo, it seems to be a day for defiance and bad habits. You do not have the authority to grant access to this system. It is restricted to all but those of the highest. Fire to disable. Odo must not be harmed.
Four shields failing.
Dominion forces, this is Counselor Garrick aboard the Tane. Cease hostilities. Consider that your first and only warning.
We must protect the Founder. All ships, disengage!
Okay.
You certainly know how to make my days more interesting. An ancient Dominion research facility, guarded by the leader of the Founders? A cloaked fleet pales in comparison, but it's the best. I wouldn't have missed it for the world. The fact that the Founder was willing to fire on one of her own speaks
Since when does the Founder stand guard duty, Odo?
She doesn't. Let's find out what she's hiding.
We don't have a lot of time. We may have held off the Founder for now, but she'll be back, and she'll bring friends. Let's get down there and find what...
I couldn't agree more, Captain. Why don't you and the Ambassador join the away team while I remain on guard?
Captain Kira makes a good point. Let's get this over with before it gets even more complicated than it already is.
Looks like the station's running on auxiliary power. We've got life support, basic lighting, not much else.
Stay vigilant. We have no idea what to expect here.
We don't.
Well done. Main power is back online. We'll be able to access other systems, including the data core. Let's find an access console and see what's in there. Hopefully the data files aren't corrupted beyond repair. This terminal is in poor shape. None of the files are accessible. Considering their age, I'm not terribly surprised. The Founders wouldn't keep a place like this hidden to protect dust and broken.
Something is not right.
Research Report 4121.63, Dominion Reckoning. My fellow Founders, the Mesan Research Station is fully operational. As we continue to add worlds to our sphere of influence, our studies of xenobiology become more important. We must know all we can of both friend and foe. We need every advantage. Our Premier project is underway. You'll recall the recently discovered race of tree dwellers, hunted as we once were. Genetic engineering of these solids has produced considerable results. Their intelligence has increased by a factor of 3 so far. We predict the species will be... She's talking about the Vorta. The date she gave was nearly 2,000 years ago, not long after the Dominion was founded. This facility's older than we...
Okay.
Research Report 4653.15. Dominion Reckoning. Our scouts have discovered an interesting species of solids at the edge of the Dominion. They are a species of sentient insectoids that live primarily underground. We may not have detected them were it not for a thorough geological scan. Initial studies have revealed that these solids are based on germanium. I've attached bioscan data we collected on them for your review. I've dispatched a research unit to study these burrows further. They may be just what we need for the military initiative.
Burrowing sentient insectoids. Germanium-based. She must be talking about the Hur'q. Judging by the date, the Founders made first contact with the Hur'q.
Okay. More intrigue.
Research Report, Dominion date 7021.27. More data has arrived on the cadre species 484 designation, burrows. Their world's unusual orbital path has taken it out of the habitable zone. As a result, the burrows have retreated underground, and while dormant, a smaller cervital race tends to the burrows. They also maintain their shared habitat and technology. I've instructed the field team to take advantage of their dormancy period, and they are now conducting aggressive studies of these intriguing solids. My team initiated first contact protocols with the borrowers prior to their mass dormancy. They found them to be friendly and intelligent, if not willful. We've identified a common element in their food supply. Manipulation of this element may prove useful in subjugating.
Unbelievable. It sounds like the Founders made first contact with the Hur'q in order to find a way to conquer them. It's like Quark says, the bigger the smile, the...
Research Report 7903.01, Dominion Reckoning. Cadre Species 468, designation Jem'Hadar, is a massive success. They will be the strong arm of our dominion, guided by our cunning, brilliant Vorta.
The birth of the Jem'Hadar, as seen through a Founder's eyes. Interesting. No mention of the Hur'q, however.
Okay.
Research report Dominion date 8183.67. The burrowers have emerged once again, and in a hostile state. They have taken to the stars, moving from sector to sector, attacking anyone that crosses their path. Their goal is not one of conquest, but of consumption. They leave nothing, though we do not understand their newfound savagery. We have found a use for it. When the burrowers set their sights on a world, we offer the inhabitants a choice. Those that submit to our Dominion rule are defended by the Jem'Hadar.
So, the Founders have been using the Hur'q to manipulate others for some time now. Bend the knee to the Dominion, or we'll stand back and let them ravage your world. Only now something's different. Something's changed. They can't keep the Hur'q in line with the Jem'Hadar.
Interesting.
Research report 8532.38. Our scouts have returned from a wormhole expedition. The solid races on the other side are primitive and unremarkable, save for one. They are called Klingons, and show a singular talent for violence, one that rivals our own Jem'Hadar. Left unchecked, these savage creatures could become dangerous enemies. While the Klingons are too willful to subjugate, their genetic material could produce viable cohorts to the Jem'Hadar, or their replacements. We have begun development of a new cadre species, designation Fakiri, using demons from Klingon folklore for inspiration. As with Jem'Hadar, we have bound them to our service with the White. We will test them in combat on the Klingons themselves. Research report supplemental entry 8671.71, Dominion Reckoning. Somehow the Fakari have broken the hold of the White and turned on their rightful masters. Most of our research team were killed. Intelligence reports suggest a union between the Fakari and a Klingon warlord known as Mullah. Perhaps this will lead to a state of mutually assured destruction on Kronos. One can only hope.
So it would seem. Only they lost control of them, despite the use of Ketracel White. Based on what we know about Fakiri, it seems the price...
Interesting.
Research report 9076.23. Final entry. I am weary. Soon I'll return to the Great Link, and I will be glad to be rid of this place. The borrowers have emerged again. We can barely control them this time. The Jem'Hadar were able to divert their onslaught at great cost. Rather, our agents in the other quadrants report that the burrow assault was a sweeping one, going as far as Kronos. Hopefully they'll devour every atom of that wretched planet. The burrowers will eventually return to dormancy. Strangely, it appears that some of their forces intend on remaining in the other quadrants.
Yes, they knew the Hur'q problem was getting worse even then. Instead of preparing or seeking allies, they expanded the Dominion. And when the Hur'q re-emerged, they tried to deal with it on their own, and failed.
I'm picking up something on my tricorder. There was a massive power spike.
Agreed.
Okay. Learned some interesting stuff.
We must be close to the core. Hope we don't have to leave in a hurry. There's no way our ships can lock onto us down here with transport. Tell me about it. Let's stay focused on the mission. I'm still uncertain about the Odo I knew.
Okay. Oh my god. I think the Klingons would shiver in fear of these Fakiri.
Well, that answers one question. These are medical stasis pods. It gets worse. I'm picking up life signs ahead. I'll bet some of the stasis pods down here have opened. From what we know about the Fakiri, they probably... Worf and Martok need to see this.
Worf and Martok will have a cow.
I'm picking up traces of Ketracel white in these tanks. The Dominion probably
Great.
We've got company, and they don't look friendly. We're lucky there were only a few of them. I don't want to be around if all of these Fakiri wake.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Feels like we're walking into Dante's Inferno.
By the prophets. More incoming. We need an exit plan. Fast.
Fortunately, we gotta fight the Fakiri right now. Again.
Odo Takira, we're on our way to assist you.
Oh, crap. Ah, dang it, you little...
Nerys, are you...
I'll manage. Let's get out of here while we can.
Victory is life.
So is Roctagino, but I don't say it every 5 seconds.
I think we've worn out our welcome. Garrick informs me that a number of unidentified vessels are emerging from hidden bays throughout the station.
Oh, great.
To make matters worse, the Hur'q have arrived.
Oh, great. This is just turning into a nightmare.
Looks like the Hur'q followed us down here.
Oh, great. What else could go wrong?
I wonder what they wanted.
First the Fakiri, now the Hur'q. Oh, what else
Keep moving. We're almost there.
Odo, look out!
Hold your fire. I think it's trying to communicate.
Okay.
You might be right. Listen.
Okay, what is going on? Why'd you
I'm
kill him?
relieved to see you well. It's fortunate we arrived when we did. A moment...
Odo wasn't in any danger, Wayun. That Hur'q was peaceful.
That's your opinion. Mine is that a founder was in danger of being attacked by a member of an aggressive species. My duty was clear, as is my conscience. We're wasting time here, Captain. The station is on the verge of being overrun by the Hur'q. If you want to communicate with them,
Okay, something is not adding up. Oh god, they're killing each other. Got a mirage of demons right now. Where's the Orkin man in it? Harry Potter when you need him.
Once we return to the upper levels, we will be able to...
Glad you could join us. As you can see, the situation here has become rather combustible. The Hur'q I recognize, of course, but our Fakiri? The monsters from stories that keep naughty Klingon children in line? I'm intrigued. I remember Mr. Worf mentioning the Fakiri once. I'm beginning to see why they concerned him.
Yeah. Klingons hate the Hur'q and the
relics.
Fakiri. Klingon nightmare all rolled in one. Dang it. fighting both the Hur'q and Valkyria at the same time, like a nightmare on Sesame.
Reading a massive Hur'q fleet dropping out of warp.
Oh great, gets worse.
Just as the Fakiri are warping out.
How much worse can this
Looks
get?
like the Fakiri are pursuing the better part of valor. Can't say I blame them.
The Hur'q seem to be distracted. There's something about the station that's...
Are you suggesting we attack? While it's true we have the advantage, for now, I don't think we'll hold it for long.
Very well, we'll...
Time to exit stage right.
The Founders never disappoint, do they? Learning their role in the creation of Klingon mythology was alarming, to say the least. I can't help but wonder what other secrets we'll learn once those ancient data files are restored. I'm afraid I have bad news to share. I reviewed your encounter with that peaceful Hur'q, and my universal translator analysis is clear. It was trying to communicate. It was asking for help. One thing is certain. The Founders won't forget our act of defiance. We should all be on guard from now on. Our uneasy peace with the Dominion could unravel all too soon.
No kidding.
Be seeing you.
Interesting.
My apologies for the quality of the transmission. I'm contacting you on an encrypted frequency. I'm working on an important covert mission, and I could use your assistance. I can't go into the details over comms, but you should know, if we pull this off, it could change the course of the Hur'q conflict in our favor. Meet with me on Deep Space Nine to go over the details. Come along. I've been asked to keep the details of the mission on a need-to-know basis, and right now, only you and I need to know. Good luck.
Okay, gotta go back to Deep Space Nine. What's going on? Actually, I think that'll be it for now. Next episode will begin Quark's Lucky 7. And tomorrow we'll finish this story arc. Because I'll do Quark's Lucky 7 and Tenebrous Torquette in one episode, and I will do Home in the final episode of the story arc. Because that Home will take about roughly an hour to do by itself. But for now, this has been Hammer of the Super Paladin Bros. This will be up shortly, so I want to thank everyone for watching. Have a good night.